Before we start, this ranking is based on personal opinion. Every nose is different, and you might completely disagree with where some of these land. Feel free to tell me in the comments which ones you would move up or down. Velvet Orchid. This one sits at the bottom of the list not because it is a bad perfume, but because it tries to do too much. Tom Ford took his iconic Black Orchid and softened it into something warmer and more feminine, adding honey, orange blossom, and a creamy vanilla base. The result is pleasant, but forgettable. It lacks the darkness and tension that makes Black Orchid compelling, and without that edge, Velvet Orchid feels like a diluted idea rather than a fully realized one. It is safe in a way that does not suit the Tom Ford name. I am putting this one in D tier. Black Orchid Voile de Fleur. This was a flanker to Black Orchid, made lighter and more floral for those who found the original too heavy. The problem is that the original's intensity is exactly what made it interesting. Strip that away and you are left with a sheer, inoffensive floral that could belong to almost any mid-range fragrance house. It does not offend anyone, which is part of the issue. A Tom Ford perfume should at least make you feel something. This one goes into D tier as well. Neroli Portofino Acqua. Tom Ford released this as a fresher, more aquatic take on the original Neroli Portofino, aimed at warmer weather and lighter wear. The concept makes sense on paper. In practice, the Acqua version loses the brightness and clarity that made the original. As standout aquatic fragrances tend to age quickly in perception, and this one has not escaped that fate. It smells clean but thin, like something designed to not offend anyone. I am placing this in C tier. It is not a failure, but it is not worth the price. Neroli Portofino. The original version of this fragrance is a completely different story. It is one of the cleanest, most transportive citrus fragrances ever made, built around neroli, bergamot and myrtle, with a warm, dry base that keeps it from feeling cheap. It has a sense of place, something like the Italian coast on a clear morning. Citrus fragrances are notoriously hard to execute at a high level because they fade fast and go flat. This one holds. It earns a solid B-tier placement. Tobacco Vanille. This is where the list starts to rise. Released in 2007 as part of the Private Blend collection, Tobacco Vanille layers tobacco leaf, vanilla, cacao, and dried fruit into something that feels like a warm room in winter. It is indulgent without being cloying, and people who love it tend to wear it with real confidence. Its only weakness is that its popularity has made it feel slightly expected, which at this price point is a minor but real complaint. Still, it is too well made to place anywhere below A tier. That is exactly where it lands. Oud Wood. Oud Wood arrived at a time when oud was still largely unfamiliar to Western fragrance buyers. Tom Ford did not present it in its raw medicinal form. Instead, he smoothed it into something approachable, pairing it with rosewood, cardamom, sandalwood, and a soft vanilla finish. The result introduced an entire generation of perfume buyers to oud as a concept, and that cultural weight matters. As a scent, it is refined, quiet, and long-lasting. It rewards patience and does not need to announce itself. This one belongs in A tier, Black Orchid. Few fragrances carry the sense of occasion that Black Orchid does. Launched in 2006 as Tom Ford's first fragrance after leaving Gucci, it arrived with full commitment. The opening is dark and almost unsettling, built on black truffle and ylang-ylang, before settling into a heavy resinous base of patchouli, sandalwood, and incense. It is not easy to wear in the conventional sense. It asks something of the person who puts it on, and that friction is entirely the point. It remains one of the most genuinely original releases in modern perfumery. I am putting Black Orchid in A tier, right at the top of it. Rose Prick. Tom Ford released Rose Prick in 2021 as part of the Private Blend line, and it made an immediate impression. The name is deliberately provocative, but the fragrance itself is more precise than theatrical. It opens with a Turkish rose that is bold and slightly sharp, supported by iris, vetiver, and woody musks. The combination is confident and modern without chasing trends. Rose soliflores are one of the most tested territories in perfumery, and the fact that this one feels fresh is a genuine achievement. Rose Prick earns a place in S tier, Sahara Noir. This is one of the most underrated fragrances in the entire Tom Ford catalogue. Built around frankincense in a way that few Western perfumes attempt seriously, the incense here is dry, ancient, and clean without ever feeling cold. There is a quiet spirituality to it, a connection to something much older than the brand itself. It does not follow any commercial logic, which is probably why most buyers overlook it. Those who find it tend to feel like they have discovered something private. Sahara Noir belongs in S tier, and it is a shame more people have not found it. Noir de Noir. This is the most complex thing Tom Ford has made. Built on a rose and oud structure, it layers in black truffle, saffron, patchouli and vanilla in a way that reveals something different every time you wear it. It is sophisticated in the true sense of the word, not in the marketing sense. The fragrance unfolds slowly over hours and still holds something back. It rewards repeated wear rather than immediate appreciation. For serious collectors, this is often the first one they name. Noir de Noir is a clear S-tier fragrance. Soleil Blanc. This takes the top position because it does something genuinely difficult. It captures warmth and ease without becoming simple. Released in 2016, it blends ylang-ylang, coconut and amber with a salty, skin-like base that makes it feel almost alive on the body. It is the rare summer fragrance that does not smell disposable. Tom Ford fragrances often win through darkness or intensity. Soleil Blanc wins by being radiant, and the restraint required to pull that off is what separates it from everything else on this list. This is S tier, and it sits at the very top of it.